Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? All right, just give me a second. I'm gonna pin something. I know there's no one here yet, so I'll take this advantage. I'm gonna pin the 4-week crash course, but then I'm gonna talk to you about a few stuff that are very important for your NCLEX and very important for, life in general. You don't want to be stupid. You want to be smart. So I'm gonna write the website here. .com /pass. All right, and then I'm gonna pin it. I had to pin this. All right, let me see how to pin this. So, all right, so pin comment. Oh my god, how you guys doing? All right, listen, so I'm gonna give you a rundown of what are the things I'm gonna talk about. First, I'm going to talk about a free webinar for all our Arab nurses. So it's going to be in Arabic. I'm sorry for everyone else, but this is related to immigration and stuff. All right, then I'm going to talk about the Pearson VUE centers shutdown and what does that mean, and how can you deal with it. Then I'm going to talk about rescheduling. I'm going to talk about mortgages, loans, all the stuff that's crazy. I sent an email to my email list a few days ago and people went crazy like, how did you know? Well, it's obvious, man. But I'm going to tell you about Virginia Board of Nursing, some things like some of the points that key things that are happening in the Board of Nursing that you can say, oh my God, you know what? There's an opportunity there and I need to take advantage of it. Then I'm going to talk about the best time to study. I'm going to talk about COVID-19. If it comes on your NCLEX, how you need to deal with it and what are the things that you need to know about COVID-19 when it comes to NCLEX questions. I'm going to talk about the stigma that's going on right now in regards to COVID-19. I'm going to talk about my entrepreneurship course, the Gateway to Online Success, which literally I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about, how to build an online business, how to start from scratch, no money down, how to literally, who would have thought I can own Ferraris, have $1 million business, all those kind of stuff. That's why I teach in that course. And then I'm going to talk about nurses. Special thank you for you heroes. No matter what everyone says, that it is your job. This is what you signed up for. Fuck that. You are a hero. If you're going to your shift, outpatient, inpatient, whatever the case might be, even if you're working from home, let's say you're doing phone triage, dude, you are a freaking hero. All right? So listen, if you want to join my course, my 4-week crash course, I already pinned the comment. It's www.nclexwebinars.com/pass. Go sign up. This is the best time for you to start studying. If you are on quarantine and you're home, dude, don't waste your time. Just take advantage of that. All right. So first off, I'm going to start with my Arab nurses. My Arab nurses, we're going to do a free webinar. Me and my boy, Tony Deeb, the CEO of International Nursing Network in Lebanon. We're going to do a free webinar where we're going to explain how to take advantage of immigration, all about NCLEX, all about, requirements, all about finances, how much you're going to pay, how much it's going to cost you, what are the advantages, disadvantages, what's going on in Lebanon and the whole Middle East area is shitty. And I've been talking about this for 3 years. You need to go ahead and apply for immigration because, dude, if you applied 2 years ago, you would have been in the States already. All right. So this is the best time. It's a golden era, especially if Trump got re-elected. People think if Trump got re-elected, then you have no chance with your immigration. It's totally stupid. When I immigrated to the United States, Trump was the president. It was very smooth. And it was amazing. All right. So this is the best time. So I'll be announcing this later. I'm going to make a live and a post in Arabic talking to my Arab nurses, and I'll give you a link where you can go and register for a free Zoom call. And then we'll make it at a time where it's appropriate for you guys overseas, and it would be midnight or something for me. All right. So that's it. Get it out of the way. The NCLEX Pearson VUE Center shut down. All the centers were closed. Everyone who had their NCLEX scheduled, it got postponed. It got canceled, or they send you an email asking you to reschedule, all right? So they are gonna open back up on April 16. But that date might change. It might move forward. So this is the email that I sent to my email list maybe like a week ago or 10 days ago, where I saw all the signs, coming up. A few people that I know in the NCLEX industry we've been talking, what's gonna go on. And I wanted my people to know, my students to know what is going on with the NCLEX, right? So the email that I sent, I was literally saying, you need to take advantage and schedule your test. It doesn't matter if you are ready or not, because slots are gonna go away. All right, that's one thing. The second thing that I said the Board of Nursing, and I'm gonna make sure that I choose my words properly. I said the Board of Nursing might lower the passing standard in some categories to overcome the nursing shortage during this shutdown time. All right, and it's common sense. It's not that I have inside people in Board of Nursings here and there, or friends here and there that gave me an insight. That's not the case. It might be the case, but that's not the case. But the Board of Nursing in Virginia, just a few days ago, maybe like 3 days ago, they sent an email out to every nurse who signed up for the board, who is graduating or signed up for the NCLEX, and they said they are waiving clinical hours if you don't meet them. So if you're an international nurse coming to the country and you did not meet your clinical hours, let's say in psychology, whatever the case might be, they are waiving that. There is an official email, and I believe it's on their website, that they are waiving that. So just imagine, if you go back in history, 2009, and this is the point that I want to talk about, about the mortgages and loans. Dude, mortgages, like now, they're giving like crazy low rates. All right, loans. If you know me in business, my mentors like Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, and how the people that I follow, they're saying after we recover from this period, so give it like 4 weeks, or maybe, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but after that, what's gonna happen? The economy is gonna take a hit, definitely. A lot of people got laid off, 100%. But what's gonna happen is that they're gonna give loans right and left to help small businesses and people, who took a hit, sold their houses, whatever the case might be. They're gonna give them cheap loans. They're gonna give them help with on so many different aspects at low rate, just to help them recover, right? So just imagine if the government or the banks are lowering rates and they are giving loans. They're lowering their criteria to get a loan. Dude, why not? The Board of Nursing would lower their passing standard. That's one. But again, it's not just that. Like expiry dates. If the ATT, the Pearson VUE has sent an email out saying that if your ATT is gonna expire, they extended all ATTs authorization to test for like 6 months, right? So there's a reason for that. They're lowering their standards. Credit card fees are waived all over the country. Can you believe that? This has never, ever happened. They are lowering credit card fees, which is crazy. And again, overdraft fees. So if your bank account went to overdraft, usually they used to charge you for that. Not anymore, especially in this time period. All right? So this what and one of my mentors, I think it was Brad Lee, was talking about evictions. Dude, if you could not pay your rent, no one can evict you during this period, because we are going through a crisis, right? And after this crisis pass by, because every storm's gonna pass by, after this crisis pass by, what's gonna happen? They are gonna lower the standards in everything. Criteria to buy houses, to get loans, to get a car, to invest in businesses. If you want to start a business, the best time to start a business is right now. The best time to start a business is when the storm passes by. Because all criteria are going to be low. And guess what? I'm going to take advantage of that. So you be prepared to take advantage of that. All right. So if you just tuned in, I would recommend that you go back and watch, and you go back and watch, the beginning of this live. But listen, yeah, so I said the Board of Nursing have waived clinical hours if you do not meet them. So if you're an international nurse, I would highly recommend that you apply for the Virginia Board of Nursing, because if you don't meet the if you don't meet the clinical hours, they're going to waive them for you, especially with CGFNS, all right? So today, this time, if you're quarantined and you're at home, let's say you're not a CNA, you're not an LPN, you're not an RN, I have a message for you RNs just at the end of this live. But if you are quarantined and they laid you off, or they said stay at home, or whatever the case might be, this is the best time to join the 4-week crash course. I pinned a comment. All you have to do is join the course and focus on your studying. And listen, if your kids are at home, like last night, I was working on updating few things in my crash course, and I slept from like 7 p.m. I slept from from 7 p.m. to like 9 p.m. just before my live training started, and then I stayed up to like 5 a.m. working. No interruptions. My kids were asleep. I was like tunnel focused on what I was doing. And literally, I finished work that usually takes me like 2 or 3 days to finish. I finished that in like a window of 7 hours, which is crazy. So Albert Preciado is my freaking mentor, and he is amazing. And he just joined right there. Hello, Albert. Dude, I'm just doing what you tell me. In those times, all you need to do is help people and give as much value as you can. So thank you, brother, for helping me in my business, doubling my business, 10x my business. It's all because of you, man. So I'm forever grateful. So I'll get back to my list right here. So let me see. So the best times to study is right now. You need to study. And if you want to join my 4-week crash course, it's pinned right there. So just click the comment, go sign up, and change your life forever. In the next 4 to 6 weeks, you will be freaking ready to get your RN license, and that will be freaking amazing. That will change your life. And you know about this lowering standard, this shit could be real, man. So take advantage. There's no harm in it. So make sure that you schedule. I mean, I think all my students have rescheduled their test and took my advice and scheduled for April and May, but there are still few slots for June. So make sure that you go and register, because that will change your life. Literally, just imagine if they lowered the standard a little bit in few categories that you have problems with, like, pharmacology or infection control or whatever the case might be. All right, stigma and shaming. Listen, the stigma of shaming. Listen, I was at the grocery store yesterday, and it's crazy how people are freaking out. All right, I know us nurses, we're not like that, but people are freaking out about the social distancing, and they're like shaming each other. If you cough, or if you sneeze, or if you touch your nose, they're going crazy on you. So just keep in mind to have huge patience and be kind to people. So if you're not a nurse, please be kind to people. This is not that serious. It is serious, but it's not that serious. If you see someone who has symptoms, not touching his nose, but if you see someone who has symptoms, just stay away from them. Keep the social distance. But if someone is just touching his nose, I mean, don't freak out. I've got my boy Aaron yesterday. He had this conflict at Costco with someone who literally was calling 911 because he wanted his 6 feet. This is crazy, man. So don't let anyone shame you into from this COVID-19. A lot of people are freaking out, and they might go crazy. I just want you to stay calm. Don't freak out back on them. Just be more mature and know for a fact that it's just anxiety, it's just fear. And a lot of people have it, like 80% of people have that, all right? So for my nurses out there, so if you are a nurse And I'll get back to comments in a little bit, but I'm just focusing on my list because I don't want to take a lot of your time. So if you're a nurse already and you're having a hard time, like, for example, if you don't have cash on hand, man, if you don't have cash on hand, it's not just in your bank account, but if you don't have cash on hand, this actually the third $10,000 that I draw, because, you know, when you go to the bank, if you want to draw $20,000, they won't allow you. But, you know, I just went to the bank and drew $10,000. I have like $30,000 on hand. I don't think I need that much, but, you know, you never know, man. You never know. So you need money in your bank account. You need cash on hand, and you also need money in different bank accounts, not just in one bank account. So make sure you diversify. You know where you're putting your money, because let's say Bank of America went out of business, dude. You need to have some money in Chase, which, you know, Bank of America is a very powerful bank, so it definitely is not going out of business. So So listen, for you nurses, dude, I'm a nurse. 3 years ago, I was living on the floor. I mean, you guys know my story. I'm not in a position to brag, or I'm not in a position to say, like, to forget where I came from. Dude, I was a regular, and I'm still a regular nurse, but arguably the wealthiest nurse in the United States of America. And that is a fact, all right? So that being said, you need to have a side hustle. If you're in the United States, dude, man, there's no reason. There's so many opportunities out there. I mean, if literally I look outside of my window, there's so many opportunities out there. There are a lot of skills that you can learn and make tons of money out of. So I have a course. You need to DM me for this, because I don't give it to the public. Only for people who are interested. I have a course. It's called The Gateway to Online Business. And this, like, dude, if you have a retail store, let's say if you have a juice shop, it's shutting down in times like this, and you're not making money, right? Me, myself, personally, I started making way more money. Like, literally, I doubled my income. I doubled my revenue when this crisis started happening, just because I have an online business, and I don't go and book hotel rooms and teach people, and not like hotel rooms, but hotel conference rooms, and teach people in a physical place. I don't have time for that shit, because if, let's say, to book in a venue, like, there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of money spent, and, you know, it takes everything. It does not allow me to multitask. But when I'm online, I can have a Zoom call, have 200 nurses on a Zoom call, and teach them at one time and be able to help more people. So what I want to do, I want to help you. If you're already a nurse, I want to help you. I want to teach you how to start an online business. And this is how I started my business. I've got 2 companies now. And this is how I started my business. My first business, which is NCLEX Webinar. I started it from scratch, 0 money down. I had no money whatsoever. I only had a phone and a laptop, and I started figuring shit out. And in like 2 years, this business is $1 million business, right? So I met a lot of mentors along the way. I invested in a lot of mentors. One of my mentors is Albert Persiato, and he's freaking amazing. And now I'm friends with Brad Lee, he has $1 billion company where I'm moving all my courses to his interactive training platform. He has a technology company, which you guys are gonna freaking love. If you're already a nurse, if you're already a student of mine, then what's coming, it's gonna be amazing, like beautiful. The technology is amazing. All right, so I have a course. It's called The Gateway for Online Business, and it will open your eyes to things that you never imagined that it even existed. It's crazy. When I started learning that stuff, I said, oh my God, like, nursing school does not prepare you to be a businessman. It only prepares you for a 9-to-5 job. And that's not what you want, especially for your family, especially for some crisis like this, right? So you need to have a side hustle. You need to have multiple streams of income. And that's what I made sure I worked on when I first came to the United States. And I was fortunate to meet a lot of mentors along the way that helped me, genuinely helped me grow my business for the cheapest amount of money. Like, imagine if you give a mentor $100 to give you an advice, and then he gives you an advice, and that advice makes you like $20,000. It's crazy. A lot of people genuinely want to help others to make it in life, and I was fortunate to meet the right people, and I am here for you. I genuinely want you to win in life, especially in times like this. Dude, you need to be comfortable. Having cash on hand, dude, I don't know, my neck is hurting me today. But having cash on hand, having weapons on hand, which is a totally different story. I'm gonna make a YouTube video on my YouTube channel. If you're not following me on my YouTube channel, you need to go follow me on my YouTube channel, Alpha Slice. All right, just go and search Alpha Slice, and I'm gonna make a video talking about weapons. Like when I came to the United States, I was hesitant to go and get a weapon and keep it in my home for self-defense, right? Or, you know, for self-defense. I didn't know if you are a green card holder, can you do that or not? And I didn't know that it didn't do the research, because like because that's the mindset. That's what we learned back home. Just, you know, walk beside the wall, don't make any noise, don't attract attention, you know, all those kind of stuff. But dude, everyone who has a green card, as soon as you come to the United States, you have a green card, you have the right to buy a weapon and keep it in your own house. And actually, that's my favorite toy, you know, from now on. So I bought a couple of weapons. It's so easy. You do a test. I mean, I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. But yeah, it is beautiful. So the last thing I want to talk about is nurses are heroes. You know, there's a guy that I follow, a nurse. His name is Nurse Mendoza, and he was talking about, you know, people at the hospital, like patients, they were saying, hey, you're not a hero. You're not heroes. You're just doing your job. This is what you signed up for. So you just do your job. And it's literally crazy. I mean, fuck that. And excuse my language. If you are a nurse, if you're a CNA, if you're a phlebotomist, if you're an LPN, whatever the case might be, if you work in healthcare, and during those times, and even it doesn't have to be in those times, right? During those times, if you are going to your shifts, dude, you are a freaking hero, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're putting your life on the line for the sake of others, right? You're jeopardizing your health or transmitting viruses from your workplace to your home, to your family for the sake of others. Dude, no one does that. No one does that. Like now you go to the grocery store and people like look at you right and left to see if you're symptomatic or if you're closing the distance less than 6 feet. That's crazy. All right, there's one thing I missed. JJ, my man, how you doing? Oh my God, JJ, I love you. I love you, man. And we need to do that podcast. But guys, if you don't follow JJ, just for the sake of knowing more about real estate and mortgages, follow JJ, the JJ Jara, and follow Albert Persiado, and have more knowledge about real estate. I mean, the most millionaires in the United States were made of real estate. And those two dudes can teach you a lot just from watching their free shit. So make sure you go follow them, give them a follow. Yeah, the one thing that I forgot to say is about if you got COVID-19 on your NCLEX. If you got this question, what are the things you need to know, and how you answer that question. So listen, everything you need to know about COVID-19 in terms of your NCLEX is, first, it's airborne precaution. All right, airborne precaution. The patient's room door should be closed. It's a negative pressure room. And then N95 mask is needed for the staff. Or for the healthcare provider. So N95 mask. A lot of people get confused. You know, my students get confused. Hey, should the patient wear an N95? No, the patient does not wear an N95. They wear a regular surgical mask. And you transport them, which you only transport them to other departments if it is absolutely necessary and you can't do portable stuff. But if you transport a patient to another department, all they have to do is wear a surgical mask. They don't have to wear an N95, but the staff member needs to wear an N95. Right? So, airborne precaution, negative pressure room, and then N95, and of course, you know, everything that has to do with standard precautions. So if it's like a face shield, whatever the case might be, if the patient is coughing, you know, all this kind of stuff. So standard precaution is a must for all isolation precaution. All right. So if you have any questions about COVID-19, please DM me when it comes to the NCLEX or in general, like precautions. If you're freaking out, if you want to know more, just DM me and I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right. So let me see. I'm going to look at the comments to see. I mean, I know people are working, so they've been coming in and out, but I just want to make sure that I record this live because you can come back and watch it later. All right. So Yad, hello. Hey Mo, I'm Vrishika. Hello. Let me see. Nadine, you asked when. I'm not sure about that. Let me see. All right. So people were just putting emojis, saying hello. My boy Albert Persiado. You're the real deal, man. I'm not the real deal. I'm just trying to figure it out, man. Just trying to get at your level. All right, Isa, how you doing, man? Rob, how you doing, man? All right, Kate. Chinu. I butcher names all the time. All right. So I don't think there are questions, but if you guys have questions, yeah, of course, man, JJ. I mean, anytime, man. Whenever you go live, I usually go live, but I'm gonna request next time you go live, I'm gonna request to join your live. Let me see. All right, Rainy. I'm not sure when you say they, who they, but I'm telling you, and that's what I tell my students. Trust me when I say, when you get COVID-19 on your NCLEX and don't fall for that trap, it's airborne. Go check the CDC website. Airborne, and you need an N95 mask, and for the patient, it's just a regular mask, all right? So don't fall for that, all right? All right, awesome. Love you guys. I'm going to bounce out of this live, go, reply to my students, create more stuff for you, because at this time, when you're home, learn new skills. And I'm watching drivenacademy.com. This is not a shout out. I mean, I should shout out my own stuff, but Albert Persiado has given me so much knowledge for $67. I signed up for his Driven Academy. So make sure you go to drivenacademy.com. Driven Academy, oh my God, everything you need to know about mortgage industry, because guess what, guys? I'm going to invest in real estate soon. When we get out of this crisis and we make sure that, everything's back to normal, you bet I'm going to invest in real estate, because that's passive income. And, before you invest in real estate, you need to know the right people, like my boy JJ here, Albert Persiado, my boy Carlos, who works with Albert. But, you need to know people in the real estate industry that are going to give you an amazing advice. That's one thing. And then the other thing is you need to have personal knowledge about real estate. When they talk to you about different kind of loans, dude, you need to know what they're talking about, not just nod your head. And so they talk about Albert and his drivenacademy.com. It's amazing. They talk about, he talks about, what does he talk about? So he talks about mortgages, loans. He talks about, social media marketing. He talks about entrepreneurship. He talks about, like, I've been binging, like literally binging his course, which is amazing. So listen, personal growth. First, you need to join my 4-week crash course if you're sitting for the NCLEX, because that's crucial. And number 2, if you're already a nurse, you need to join my gateway to online success, because I'm going to show you how I did it, how I started a company from scratch, $0 down, with a phone and a laptop, and built it to $1 million business. And then number 3, check out, just go check out, don't purchase, but just go check out drivenacademy.com. If you like what you see, sign up, $67. It's nothing, but this is the time when you need to build your skills, and you need to learn a new skill where you can have passive income. Dude, over the weekend, if you are interested in real estate, being a loan officer or a mortgage guy, or a realtor, dude, the weekends, if you're off on the weekends, you do open houses, you do those kind of stuff. It's crazy, man. Crazy money in real estate. With one deal, you can make anywhere from like $2,000 to like $50,000, $60,000. One deal, man. Let me see if I got any more questions. But Albert says that you need to stay the full hour when it comes to doing lives. But I've got shit to do, man. I know I should, but I've got shit to do. Hey Mo, I've been trying to hear from Joe, but no response. Hey, listen, Joe is a freaking monster, right? He's a hero. Joe, he's around 50, I think, or 48, 49, 50. But Joe, first off, he has his own clinic, family nurse practitioner, opens his clinic 5 days a week, and he's so freaking busy with this COVID-19. That's one thing. And then the other, he works night shifts as a nursing supervisor on the weekends. That's why if you contact Joe on the weekends, like at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., he gets back to you, and people get crazy. Like, does he even sleep? Yeah, I know. Joe is amazing. He gets back to people. So if he didn't get back to you right away, don't expect that he's gonna, like, you're gonna text him and you chat with him like right away. But between his patients, he usually have times where he get back to every single student. And I bet if you ask him a question, you get a response within a few hours, if not instantly. Yeah, he's saying Joe is awesome. Respond to messages so fast. I know, man. I love Joe. Like, if he asked for a raise during this times, if he asked for I would say if he asked for $100 an hour, I would give it to him. I can't live without Joe. All right. So I got everything here. I'm not sure how long I've been on this live, but man, listen, you've got to get your license. You've got to get your license right. You need to get your money right. If you want me to teach you how to make money as a nurse or in any other industry, I can show you that. DM me for my course, Gateway for Online Success. It's $149. But dude, it's gonna be worth your every penny, because it's gonna change your life. It's gonna open your eyes to a whole different world that you never knew it existed. And this is what I tell my mom, actually, and this is what I tell my kids. I tell them there are 2 types of schools. There are traditional schools that I went to and you went to, which are from grade 1 to grade 12. And those are the schools for 99% of people. But there are different schools. They are called the millionaire schools. Those schools, they don't tell us about them. They don't tell us about them. They don't want us to know about them. They want us to go and do 9-to-5 job. And that's it. And that's why they send us to those regular schools where you go, you waste 12 years of your life, or whatever the case might be for you, from grade 1 to grade 12, and you get a job, 9-to-5 job, and you get an hourly rate. Right? But there are other type of schools where people don't tell you about them. Those billionaires, they keep them for themselves, and for their kids. But there are people in this world like Andy Frisilla, Ed Milet, Albert Preciado, JJ, my boy here, Brad Lee. Those people, they want to show you how to make it, especially in the United States, but everywhere in general. When you have an online business, you can work from anywhere. All right. So if you are interested about how to make more money, or you're interested about my course, how to build an online business, listen, I can teach you stuff that you never knew it existed. All right. Listen, love your face. Gotta go. I'm spending more time with my family, and I'm spending more time updating my crash course, like doing more research, talking to my members in the team. I have a new member in the team. Actually, she's not new. She's been on the team for like 6 months. She is a nationwide known NCLEX copywriter and an author. Of course, she has like 12 books. She's been in so many projects. Her name is Aileen Burke. All right. If you Google her, you'll see all the studies that she published, all her books that she published or she's been part of. But she's a nationwide, well-known NCLEX copywriter. So she's been on my team for, I think, 6 months, six months now, and we've been building an amazing Q bank for you guys, which it's gonna be the newest Q bank in the whole United States. And she's written Q banks, for so many other companies. She worked for Kaplan, for this, for that, but dude, she's given me special treatment. She loved me. She loved my kids. She loved my mission. She loved my drive. And she loves you guys. And she wants to give us the best product out there. So we've been working on it on Brad's, platform, Lightspeed VT. Interactive technology is going to be freaking amazing. So I'm going to go work on that a little bit. And then I'm going to spend some time with my family. And then, I'm going to attend my students. I have a few private sessions, and I think that's it. And I'm gonna do personal development, personal growth. I'm reading a book about public speaking, but then I have this course, drivenacademy.com. I'm not done. I'm like 50% done with it, but I'm so interested about learning about the mortgage industry and the real estate industry, which is fascinating. All right. Listen, love you guys. If you just came in, you need to go back and watch the live all over again, because I spoke about different 6-7 topics, and the most important is for my Arab nurses. I'm gonna do a free Zoom call with my boy Tony Deep, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get you to the United States in the shortest period possible, on the best terms possible. Love your face. See you next time. Hey, and by the way, share this live. Share it with your friends. Or tag your friends in the comments. Hey, you should watch this live. You should watch this. Dude, Alpha's Live, start tagging me, man. If you share my stuff with your friends,